First.
So, when Raila Odinga lost the previous 2022 general elections to President William Samuel Ruto, elections that were free and fair, it was very hard. It was really, really hard for Raila Odinga to accept that he had actually lost the elections to Ruto. Raila Odinga's allies, very close allies and supporters, were very angry at William Ruto for winning the previous elections. They were extremely bitter at William Ruto for outsmarting both the former head of state, Uhuru Kenyatta, and Raila Odinga in the previous 2022 general elections. And in Nyanza region, for instance, no one would mention William Ruto's name. No leader would dare mention President William Ruto's name because it was highly unacceptable. No Luos would allow William Ruto in Nyanza region. And of course, Raila Odinga, who was completely cornered, had to come up with a different strategy. A strategy of selling fear to President William Ruto and the Kenya Kwanza Alliance government by calling for the demonstrations across the country and the street protests. The reason as to why Raila Odinga did this, it is because this was exactly the strategy that he used against the former head of state, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, when he swore himself as the people's president. Uhuru Kenyatta was terrified. Unfortunately, it was really, really unfortunate that Uhuru Kenyatta fell into Raila Odinga's political trap by accepting the handshake between himself and Raila Odinga. Immediately after that handshake, that was how the Jubilee Party and also the Jubilee Party administration collapsed. So in this case, Raila Odinga wanted to use the same strategy to be allowed in the Kenya Kwanza Alliance government. For William Ruto to allow the handshake, another handshake with Raila Odinga. So Raila issued some demands that number one, he does not recognize William Ruto as the president of the Republic of Kenya. And number two, Raila Odinga demanded that the IEBC servers must be opened because he believed that he had actually won the previous elections. What really happened next? Before we go further into the details of this analysis, just a quick reminder that if you're listening to me up to this point and you haven't subscribed, I'm requesting you to please just take a second or two and subscribe to this channel. And also give this video a like so that YouTube can automatically recommend this channel and this video in particular to reach out to others. Because the only way that we can improve this channel to grow is by subscribing. And that is why I don't take your support for granted. To all those who have already subscribed, I really want to appreciate you. Having said that, now let us go straight into the details. The good news and the good thing is that President William Ruto stood very firm against Raila Odinga's demands. And William Ruto did not allow Raila Odinga anywhere into the Kenya Kwanza Alliance government. And I strongly believe that if William Ruto had allowed Raila Odinga into the Kenya Kwanza government, I don't think if William Ruto would have achieved what he has achieved so far since he took over power. And this is what I've always said, that the 2 years of William Ruto's leadership is way much better off than the entire 5 years of the handshake regime, the handshake government of Raila Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta. William Ruto has made a lot of achievements. And the good thing is that Kenyans are now seeing the fruits of William Ruto's leadership. So what really happened to the IEBC servers? Why is it that Raila Amolo Odinga and his allies, the supporters, are no longer talking about the IEBC servers? What really happened? Why is it that currently Raila Odinga's allies and the ODM leaders are the ones praising William Ruto, acknowledging that William Ruto is the president of the Republic of Kenya?
As I conclude, we here in Homa Bay are very prayerful. And Mr. President, we continue praying for you. Because as fishermen, we have a saying about the captain of the ship. The captain of a boat in Luo is called Madar. And Madar is called a god. There's something we say that Madar enya such ye. Such that if you wish the captain bad omen, then all of you are going to sink. So we cannot afford to wish you ill because you are the captain of the ship. And we are all in it. And if we wish you ill, we are...
This is exactly how Raila Odinga is admitting that he lost the previous elections to William Ruto. This is how Raila Odinga is finally acknowledging that Ruto is actually the president of the Republic of Kenya. Number one, Raila Odinga looked for President William Ruto's support, and he requested for William Ruto's endorsement for the African Union Commission top job. The truth of the matter here is that for any leader to qualify for the African Union Commission top job, he or she must be endorsed by the president of his or her own country. And remember that Raila Odinga did not recognize William Ruto as the president previously, but he was forced to seek for William Ruto's endorsement as the president for the African Union Commission top job. And President William Ruto is a very, very good person. William Ruto does not revenge against anyone. William Ruto endorsed Raila Odinga with one very clean heart. And the most shocking thing here is that William Ruto is the one campaigning for Raila Odinga in the African Union Commission top job. So Raila Odinga looking for William Ruto for that endorsement, for the support, he is clearly admitting, acknowledging that Ruto is indeed the president and he needs his support. Number two, Raila Odinga is no longer calling for the demonstrations and the street protests across the country. Why do you think Raila Odinga had to quit the demonstrations completely? What does that really mean? Well, it means that Raila Odinga gave up. Raila Odinga came to realize that no matter how many demonstrations he will conduct, no matter what he will do, there's no way that William Ruto was going to accept him in the Kenya Kwanza Alliance government. There's no way that William Ruto would allow another handshake with Raila Odinga. And that is exactly why Raila Odinga had to look for the former president of Nigeria, Olusegun Obasanjo, to convince President William Ruto for a talk with Raila Odinga. if you can still remember very well, Raila Odinga looked for the president of Tanzania, Samia Suluhu, to broker the talks with William Ruto. But Ruto denied Raila Odinga that chance. Raila Odinga went to South Africa to look for the president of South Africa to come and broker the talks with William Ruto. Ruto also did not accept. That is how Raila Odinga called the president, the former president of Nigeria, Obasanjo, who brokered the talks with William Ruto. Raila Odinga looking for William Ruto. Raila Odinga quitting demonstrations. It is a clear, very clear indication that Raila Odinga accepted that there is nothing he can do much. William Ruto is the president and there is nothing he can do about it. And finally, Raila Odinga being too soft, very soft on William Ruto. Like for example, in Nyanza region, ODM leaders are the ones inviting President William Ruto to launch development projects. That would not have even happened previously. No ODM leader would associate with William Ruto. Currently, the ODM leaders are the ones praising William Ruto. ODM supporters are also supporting William Ruto currently. And I came across this particular photo here. This is UDA supporters in Nyanza region, led by Evans Kidero, the former governor of Nairobi County, during the ongoing grassroots elections. So you can clearly tell that everything is now soft for William Ruto in Nyanza region. I don't know what to think. I would also want to know your thoughts and your opinions in the comment section down below. But please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Let me see you again in my next video analysis. My name is Jason. Bye bye.